You can't really see it, but it's right here in front of me. We're gonna light this incense up. We're gonna get this video started. Yo, the shoulders are looking crazy. Alright, that's enough. The lips of wisdom are closed, except to the ears of understanding. There is information about this world, about this realm, about this universe that we reside in. Many are too blinded by their own ignorance to understand this information, which is why my lips are sealed to those who cannot grasp these concepts. However, you, on the other hand, clicked on this video so that you can learn and understand. And for that, I shall open thy lips and reveal to you the 7 Hermetic principles of the universe. So sit tight, listen closely, like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Before I explain these laws, I need to kind of give you some sort of background as to where these laws came from. Thoth, later known as Hermes, was the god of the moon, medicine, math, science, magic, and the messenger of the gods. With many attributes under his belt, he was deemed master of all masters. As mentioned, Thoth was such an important figure that the civilization of Greece then made him one of their gods, known as Hermes. I'm not gonna get too detailed about these two gods. However, I do recommend doing your own research. Don't take what I say as word. To start, the first principle is the principle of mentalism. The all is mind. The universe is mental. This principle, or law, embodies the idea that everything is created by the thought of the mind. If you've ever heard anyone say, your thoughts create your reality, this is in correspondence with this law. The entire universe was created by the thought of God, and the power we've been given by God is within us all. So we, as our own gods and goddesses, create our own reality both physically and metaphysically with our minds. Think of it like this. If you have a negative view on life, if you continue to have negative thought patterns and attach yourself to these thought patterns, you're gonna create a reality. The universe is mental. Everything that has ever been created was once a thought in someone's mind. This is where creation begins. Everything that exists is spirit. Matter is just densified spirit, and spirit is refined matter. To keep it simple, all things are energy, and it's up to the creator, aka you, to create the world which you want to live in. Law number 2 is the principle of correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. As within, so without. As without, so within. What this law means is that our thoughts that we hold within our subconscious and conscious mind will manifest its mirror likeliness in our external world. In other words, our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. So having thoughts of lack and poverty will lead you to live a poor lifestyle. Same as if I were to think I was unhealthy. This will manifest within the physical body. To understand this law, we can use it to our benefit instead of our detriment. I notice some people feel some type of way whenever I mention as above, so below, just because it correlates with Baphomet. Baphomet is not evil. It's not even real. It's a symbol of spiritual growth. But I'm not here to talk about Baphomet right now. If you guys are interested in it, I can definitely make videos on it. Just let me know down below in the comments. The quote simply means that what goes on in our physical world is a mirror reflection of what's happening in the spirit world. Spirit being you, and the world being Earth. As you progress in your journey, your power to manifest will get stronger, which is why it's important to meditate and control your mind and thoughts. You don't want to accidentally manifest something you truly didn't want. It's gonna be a long video, bro. I'm only on law 3 and it's 18 minutes into the recording. God damn. Number 3 is the principle of vibration. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. From pure spirits all the way down to the grossest levels of matter is a continuum of varying degrees of vibration. Every atom and molecule are vibrating in a certain motion, speed, and frequency. It is the combination of these frequencies that determine the form of any given object, be it of a physical or metaphysical nature. Look around your area. You probably see a desk, a chair, your bed, TV, phone, laptop, you name it. These objects are currently in a state of vibration. Every atom within our physical body is a mini universe. Our thought patterns manifest our feelings, emotions, and actions, and what we attract to ourselves, because where our attention goes, our energy shall flow. The big idea is to create a motion that is determined by your inner God, which is also called your highest self, instead of your ego, which is the lowest self or the false self, which is no easy task since we are all caught up in our own egos. However, with the study of self, we can all prosper to higher realms of being. Coming in at number 4, we have the principle of polarity. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Extremes meet. All truths are but half-truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. This law is probably one of my favorites. Just to explain things a little bit easier, let's look at hot and cold. Though they seem to be opposites, they are truly the same thing. It is merely a matter of degree. You've got hot on one side of the spectrum and cold on the other. There's two sides on one spectrum. The same is said as two sides to one coin. You could also view it in terms of matter and spirit, which are the same thing. If you freeze water, it becomes ice. Boil water, and it evaporates and becomes gaseous fumes. They are identical in nature, however different in degrees. This same principle applies to all opposites, such as light and dark, good and evil, positive and negative, masculine and feminine, etc., etc. This is the study of alchemy. The alchemists of the Middle Ages were preoccupied in changing base metals into gold, although the true meaning of this comes in the understanding of changing one's base thoughts and emotions into spiritual gold. Your lowest self can be transformed into your highest self, which is gold. The same way you can transform hate into love, as well as separation can become oneness. We just need to shift our consciousness in the other direction. A person who is run by their emotions needs to become polarized in their mentality. As for someone who may be driven by their mind or their intellect, needs to be polarized within their soul. All are varying degrees of the same thing. Moving on to number 5, the principle of rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swings manifest into everything. The measure of the swing to right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. We see this law within every aspect of our reality. Think of the tides of the ocean. We see it in the rise and the fall within nations and in the sky. The sun comes up and must come down. The same also applies to the moon. We can also see it within our breathing. We breathe in life as well as breathing out life. For all you astrologists, we also see it in the movement of the stars as the earth moves through the signs of the zodiac. Hermeticists have learned how to use this law instead of being used by it. The Hermeticist's understanding of the previous law of polarity polarizes himself at the point at which he desires to rest, and then neutralizes the rhythmic swing of the pendulum, which would tend to carry him to the other pole. This is, of course, on the level of mental and emotional. To achieve this, the master does this by using will and detachment to create a higher state of consciousness that is not swung back or forward like a pendulum. The idea is to stay even-minded, whether you have profit or loss, pleasure or pain, sickness or health, victory or defeat, rejection or praise. To have no attachment is to be free, whereas too much attachment can lead you to suffer. The principle of cause and effect is number 6. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for law not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. Get this through your head and your heart. There is no such thing as accidents. There is no such thing as coincidences. Everything that happened or happens occurred for a reason. Every little minute detail in your decision making, which is the cause, leads to a specific outcome, the effect. Those who study Hermeticism understand that in order to be in control of their lives, i.e., not be a victim, they must rise in consciousness to be the cause, not the effect. So the key for most on earth is to master the mind. Mastery of the mind will lead you to mastery of your emotions, which leads to mastery of desires and the physical body. The basic cause of your life are the thoughts that you hold within your subconscious and conscious mind. By learning to be vigilant and allowing only thoughts of love, God, health, prosperity, oneness, and all those beautiful things, then this is what you'll create both in your being and outside of it. Remember the first principle: your thoughts create your reality. Bringing it full circle, you should be the cause, be the master, be the creator, be the God that is within you. Once you do so, you will be using the law instead of it using you. The way I see it is, if you are not the master, you are the victim. This is also in correspondence with the law of polarity. Once again, change your polarization with the power of the mind and the power of your God-given free decision. Last, but most certainly not least, is principle number 7, the law of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. Everything within this realm of duality has yin and yang. Yin being feminine and yang being masculine. On the physical plane, each person has a male and female physical body. However, psychologically, each person is androgynous with male and female qualities. Notice how I said male and female. Everyone has a left hemisphere and right hemisphere in their brain. The key in this spiritual path is balance and integration. The path to God is not the path of self-indulgence or asceticism, but it is the path of balancing the male and female aspects within self, also known as balancing the heavenly and earthly aspects of self. It is also the proper balance between your ego and your soul. By transcending the negative ego and hence keeping the ego in its proper balance and relationship to the soul, which is to let it take care of the physical body, but not to interpret your life. These practices are not easy, although through study and repetition and strong willpower, one can obtain these levels of enlightenment. This is achieved by knowing thyself and understanding these universal laws and balances that govern our being. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to leave a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe if you haven't already. One more thing before I go. In order to know God, we must understand God's laws. Think about that.